This is a Emergency Broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. 171, and we are on the air, my hour, fellas. So call in. The number is
319-527-5016. Do call. It's live. We're back live again, Uncle. It's been a few Fridays, but we're back.
Couple Fridays because you had your work problems.
I had problems, big ones. But live Friday nights, Ocelli.com, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's now.
That's right now.
Call in, 319-527-5016. We hope that you will. Yeah. You can also Skype in through producer Chuck, which is charles.ocelli on Skype, and that's how you find Chuck. Yeah. So, yeah, hope to have some calls. I'm thinking we had a few people promise that they'd call in, so we should have somebody coming in here in a moment, Uncle. But in the meantime, what in the world's been going on?
Meantime, well, for Pete's sakes, these women, once again, don't think, well, I'm going to do something about them. I'm going to say, listen, next time they get the runs, I'm going to say something.
You're going to
blow your damn wife apart. I'm getting tired of her.
You're tired? What has my wife done this time?
Done a clean sink. I've been cleaning it going thing every time I make a mess.
Okay. She's telling you to clean up the house.
No, the toilets.
Okay, well,
and I do clean it up.
Got it.
I miss my once in a while.
Sure.
But I do clean it up.
All right, well, good.
I mean, I'm just aggravated with her.
Clean as you go, Uncle. That's what they say.
Yeah, I like to wait until you guys get a upset stomach and have the runs.
Okay.
See what happens. I'll laugh at it. That's what's been going on here in this case.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't only laughing, you sidekick. You're going to wind up having you have the same problem too.
No, I have. I'll say this on that subject. When I was a younger man, specifically, I remember being in high school, around that age, my high school years. I remember having what I believed was irritable bowel syndrome. Like, I thought that I had that, and I would like go out whenever I went in public. Like, I'd go out to town with my buddies and stuff. I'd always take Imodium AD capsules with me just in case I needed them.
But doesn't that make it go?
Well, no, you use them.
But there is something to do with these. It reminds me of a show. Tell a fact. Dumber and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yes.
Every time I'm in the toilet, I think of that show. I don't know why, but in the flesh don't work.
There's a bit of toilet humor in that movie. Personally, a low point in that movie, if you were to ask me. I mean, there's some hilarious parts in that movie for sure, but then there's that. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I had problems when I was younger. But when I look back and I think about it, I'm thinking it was maybe just like anxiety, because I was a lot more anxious back then than I am now about things.
Oh.
Do you have a recollection of being young and having like lots of anxiety, Uncle? Do you recall?
I had it when I was 15, so. Yeah, 15 going to 20, but between 15 to 20, I kept on moving.
Yeah,
I mean it.
Got to keep on moving.
Just kept moving on and on. It's doing stuff.
Don't look back. Just keep going.
Yeah, but now that I've had a couple of things in work business, I've had a couple retirements on the back of me now, and have since now that I'm 61.
Yeah. A lot has happened.
I'm pulled out to that trying to get the regular system.
How many times have you been retired at this point, Uncle? It seems like you keep doing that.
This is my third starting up retirement.
Third retirement. Yeah.
But I'm already had what was it, 6? 19 and 1 I know of.
19 and 1. Wait a minute, what's
19 years in the county.
Oh, you're talking about years that you worked at your job.
Jobs.
Yes.
I'm doing jobs. I'm talking about jobs
here. Sure.
And
hey, guys, when do you want me to pull in Marlon? I don't know if you're seeing my messages.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that message, but I read it wrong. I thought you were talking to Marlon. Uncle, do we want to go to our caller?
Get on the caller if he's there.
Yeah, no problem. I'll add him in now, but I just wasn't going to do it until you said so, and you didn't see my message, I think. So
yeah, I did, but I
only see it. Like I said, I only see the apple.
Nah, it's okay. I'm just trying to keep it straight, Uncle. That's all.
Hey, did you still got any cards? You sent him his cards, by the way.
No,
my cards to him.
I'm out of cards. I'm out of cards.
I'm telling him.
We need to
start throwing cards.
Oh, caller.
Hello.
Oh, there. Who we got here?
Hello there.
Hello there.
Who do we have here?
This is Marlon. Hello, Aaron, Uncle, Chuck. How are you?
Marlon, great to have you. You've been on the show before.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if I remember right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've been on the Uncle show. I know you've been on mine. Uncle, is this? Do you recognize Marlon's voice?
It is familiar. But it's not face to the face yet.
Yeah,
that always makes it harder, doesn't it?
Yeah, voice only. It's an odd thing. Yeah.
I heard you talking IBS, and it reminded me of a very interesting story, actually.
Oh yeah, sure. What's that?
It's not so much a funny story, but you guys were mentioning it might have been psychological, and I saw someone in the chat mention that it might have been psychological. But I met this guy once at a hostel in Washington, D.C., and his name was like Van Minium or something, and he was a guy originally from India, and he was a researcher in IBS, and he told me this story because I don't know why IBS came up, but we had the same sort of exchange you had, where I said, "Oh, it's mostly psychological, isn't it?" And he got very angry at me, and he said, "No, it's not psychological." And I spent 2 years of my life researching this. And he did find out it was caused by some sort of bacteria, but he had to find the marker for it, which meant testing all these different, just going methodically through all these different things over and over and over again for 2 years until he found it. And the marker that detects IBS is now named after him. Wish I could remember his name. But yeah, in essence, it's not psychological, according to this guy.
Okay. According to him. Wow,
and he would get very angry if he heard anyone say otherwise.
Okay. Well, we won't make that mistake, will we?
No, sir.
No, it's just that this is health stuff that we were just talking about.
Okay.
Before you came on.
Well, if I had the marker, it fell out of my pocket. Maybe I had a hole in my pocket and the Sharpie fell out of it and now it's gone. And because I'm pretty much good to go these days.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling a lot better.
Well, I want to get rid of what I have.
Sure.
I'm trying to get rid of trying to think what else I can have. I've had bananas. Yeah. I've had dried toast. What else can I have that stop this running?
No.
Marlon, any plums? Plums?
No, that's the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's
that was I was going to say.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah,
that wasn't malicious. That was a mistake.
That was blow you out.
What were
problems? Yeah, milk of magnesia. Yeah, no.
Pepto-Bismol.
I couldn't tell you. I've never had the problem, fortunately.
Oh.
But a lot of people might be having a similar problem. I don't know. Have you guys talked about the coronavirus yet?
Oh gosh, no, we haven't.
We can head it to that if you want.
Let's go right into
it.
What do you have to say about it, Marlon?
I just saw a crazy figure that there was some estimate that 70% of the world population will be infected by it at some point. And right before it was in, I'm terrible at numbers, but I use a little percentage calculator. That's 5 billion people being infected, you know? And if the mortality rate is 2%, that's over 100 million dead. It sounds insane.
Yeah.
This is a very serious problem here. I mean, first thing I walk in the door, and sister says, go clean up, wash hands. I've been washing hands until I went to into the bathrooms. And we're like, go into the bathrooms to clean up.
Yeah, everybody's...
I mean, I've been doing that.
Everybody's worried about the coronavirus. I have to say I'm not.
You're not?
No.
Why not?
I'm not worried. No. Yeah, because I mean, Marlon, would you agree that my general take is that this is just another overblown thing? This has happened like 5 million times before this. It's like swine flu, cow flu, mad skunk disease, Ebola, like Zika. I mean, zombies. It's always something else. It's like I'm done with it. Like it never pans out to be more than like a couple cases of these things, and just I've had it. I mean, do you feel that way at all, Marlon? Or
partially, because you're right. All the prior times, and it's funny. I've never felt any worry any other times. I think the difference this time is I have a couple of friends in China. So I heard like a month ago, I got really paranoid about it. I couldn't go out for like a week, which was ridiculous. There was only like 3 cases where I'm in Paris now, and Montreuil specifically. But there were only like 3 cases. But now there's like 80 cases. But I freaked out like a month ago. Not really, but I'm being hyperbolic. And then it sort of leveled off. And now that I'm fine about it, everyone is saying you got to start freaking out about it again. So I'm like, maybe I should start freaking out again. Did I prematurely freak out, and then get over it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I think I did because I have some friends in China, and they were, at that point they were, one's in Beijing, one is near Shanghai. They were, they don't go outside anymore.
How does this start getting to these people? I like to know.
Yeah.
You mean where it came from, Uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, there's so much like gray area, and I feel like a big thing to me on this is that it's bad in China, and the evil Chinese government is covering everything up, and there's actually half the population's dying right now, and those commie Chinese will never tell you. Like, I feel like there's like a big aspect of that when we're hearing it over here. It's just like, yeah. I mean, you feel the same way, Marlon?
Yeah, and it definitely isn't true because, like, I know people in China and talking to them on Facebook, and they're not, if they were covering it up, they would shut all that down and everything,
Yeah. So
and
somebody,
go on.
That is somebody's lying then.
Yeah, somebody, I think.
Somebody in that side is lying to the people in the United States. So how do you solve the problem of, okay, who's the liar here?
Yeah.
People are just getting carried away. People get carried away with this nonsense.
Yeah, there's one I do know. Your mother-in-law does. Gets carried away with it.
Too much TV. That's a problem.
That's what the problem is.
Turn it off. It's not helping
TV
anybody.
For a while.
That said, I do think it'll last. I guess maybe what is interesting about it is I think the freak out will last longer.
Ugh.
If not necessary, even if it doesn't turn out to be as bad as.
If it does, I'll just say this: if this freak out goes on long, like you're saying, Marlon, I'm going to make a point after the fact, be like, "Hey, remember you're freaking out last month about this dumb thing? That dumb thing never happened. Shut up." I'm just gonna go around telling people that, because I've had it. I'm sick of putting up with this nonsense. Like, how many times we gotta do this?
Yeah, but maybe this time, right?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they can't find what is it called? A vaccine for
a vaccine.
A vaccine for it. If you get on the board and start looking for vaccine and everybody that had it or before to get some and see if that helped.
Yeah,
I know they're developing some now, but it's like 8 months to completion. They say at the most. You have to go through all the trials and everything.
But you have to see who to make sure it's the right stuff.
It better be over by then.
It's ridiculous.
Oh goodness, yeah.
Well, fear is almost more of a contagion than anything, isn't it?
It seems to be. Yeah, it's catching on these days. Marlon, how is Gay Paris? How are things over there?
Yeah, Gay Paris.
It's interesting. I mean, we've had some political movements here. There have been a lot of action against the pension reforms, which, there were big strikes and combat in the streets and stuff. And there's municipal elections coming up in March. So there'll be there might be the same mayor, but there's an election for the mayor. There's they're trying to push it through the pension reforms, through the National Assembly right now. They're rebuilding Notre Dame. There's a lot going on in Paris.
Now is that your home now? Paris is your home now?
Montreuil, technically, which is a little suburb, but it's right like 30 minutes from the center. Yeah.
All right. And where are you from originally? Like, what's the story here? When did you
New York. I moved in December.
December?
December 6th I came, and then I was in Britain for the elections, actually. And that was interesting, but Labour lost terribly. I was there. I was campaigning, that I've been here since.
Is this a permanent thing, or you're not sure, or what's going on?
It's indefinite, who knows, but I've moved here. Yeah. My grandmother's French.
Oh, okay.
So that's the connection.
That's part of the family. Only goes to follows.
It's like Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Olive Garden.
They do. They're family. I mean, I work in there, and they say, "Yeah, we're family here."
Oh, you worked in Olive Garden, Uncle?
Yeah. For it wasn't a year. It was about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
What'd you do there?
I made the salads.
Making salads. I went there. I went there when I was in LA last time. I landed and I saw a friend I hadn't seen in a long time, and we said we wanted to get some Italian food, so we went to Olive Garden.
They had 2-for-1 deals.
Sometimes you break down. Sometimes you break down and go to Olive Garden. I mean, that's just what it comes to sometimes.
Yeah, it was nearby. It wasn't too expensive.
But my problem with me though, it was too fast, and I couldn't handle the speed. How they was operating it. So went with the job coach and all that, tried to get in there. I was in there for a couple of months, and then boom, it happened. Well, gotta have to leave you. For 6 months. So that's time to leave. So
time to go this time.
So
well, it can be rough working in restaurants. I know.
I found that up the hard way. And I was there.
I know.
Right next to a Burger King. And over there across the street, I was in by the mall.
Where's that exactly? You're out in California, right?
Yeah. Riverside, California. So down on Tyler Avenue, is it?
Avenue, yeah.
That's down there across from the Galleria on Tyler is an Olive Garden.
Yeah.
As Uncle's saying, there's a Burger King next door to the Olive Garden.
Yeah, there's
all the best stuff.
Some nice ice cream, sherbet ice cream, but it's...
We've got all this great American food.
I got so used to it that I'm going to have to leave this department. The hours I was doing, I was working on the weekends like he's been doing.
That's the name of the game, Uncle. I mean, with that sort of job.
For service people.
Service.
On my new job, this is a better job, but I have some clients are working in two of them in the food department, and they're in the food thing. So you just can imagine how fast they're going.
Too quick. It's too quick, too fast paced. I mean, let's slow down. I mean, is it that fast, really? Like when you're making an Italian dinner at home in Italy? Is that how it works?
It's faster. You haven't been in it. It kind of worked.
I suppose the difference is you're making an Italian dinner for 80 people.
Yeah,
80 families.
It's how many people yeah, that's it. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You look out the door and you see all these people and it's, oh man, got all that 70 people sitting around the table. 8 people or 16 people. Oh boy.
Oh, I know.
I wonder why it's so damn busy.
I worked at a resort in Glasgow once, and there were 3 restaurants, and normally I was washing dishes, and normally you'd only be in one restaurant, but I was trying to save up some money for another trip, so I was like, give me as many hours, and then one day this guy didn't show up for a shift at the other restaurant, so I was running back and forth between 2 restaurants, washing dishes.
Nice.
Working, and that was like an 18-hour day, you know?
Wow.
It was nuts. So I know that fast pace, and there's like 100 meals at one restaurant, usually 100 one night, 60 the other night. But there was like 120 that night and 80. That was crazy. I ended up I fell in a man-made lake.
Oh.
And it was at like midnight. It was at about midnight. I was putting the garbage out. And I got walked outside because someone accidentally closed the door behind me. And so I walked around. You had to go around to get to the front. And it was dark and I was tired. And I saw what looked like an empty man-made lake. I was like, I thought, oh, I'm too tired to go around it, but it's empty, so it'll be fine. So I stepped right into it. It wasn't empty.
It was full of stuff.
It was full of water.
Goodness gracious.
Well, I think you would be able to handle that sidekick.
Who, me? The fast pace?
No, the fast pace.
Sometimes I can do fast.
I mean,
I can be pretty quick sometimes.
You'd be going up and down.
Yeah, I would. I like that.
And I'm not sure if it was a Friday, but the only problem is the Friday.
Well, Fridays. Terrible. Everybody's out on a Friday night, so it's busy. You don't want to be there because you wish you were out, but you're not. So everything is just going wrong.
The times on these things.
The times.
The ones, but you have to work definitely on the weekends.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, weekends not fun. Not fun to work on the weekend and
get 2 days after on the week. I had a Monday and Wednesday, Monday or Tuesday and something, the middle of the week off.
These jobs. What we do.
That was when I was
we do. These are our lives. This is what we're doing with our time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess you gotta do it.
You gotta do what you gotta do is what they say. I mean, but you know, it just that's how it goes. Yeah. But Marlon, do you know the clip of Orson Welles where he's doing the Paul Masson the wine commercial? And he goes, "Oh, the French." Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I've seen that.
That's a good one, right?
Oh, he's great. He was very drunk, supposedly, during that shoot.
Yeah, supposedly.
What about the refrigerator deal?
Was that Orson Welles too?
Yeah, the refrigerator deal. That was very funny.
Oh yeah, was he doing a refrigerator commercial?
Yeah.
Sounds like something he'd do, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be something he'd do.
Yeah, there's all Orson Welles is awesome, yeah. Orson Welles did a lot of weird stuff there towards the end of his career, the end of his days. He did a voiceover on a Manowar song, for goodness sake. I don't know if anybody's ever heard that. No. The song called Defender. It's about like some father played by Orson Welles. He's writing a letter. So he's narrating this letter he's writing to his son as he's going off to like fight in some battle. He's like, "This letter is all that's left, my only son." So it's really funny.
Well, a check's a check, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I know he was just trying to get money to finance all his movies, so he did everything, you know, at the end of it.
Was he still trying to
I had permission.
Ooh, it felt like we were skiing down a really bad ski slope there for a second. Marlon, are you still alive?
I'm sorry, I didn't notice anything.
Yeah.
We've been hearing this scratch deal going.
We got problems there.
Yeah, it's coming.
Whose machine?
Some kind of weird thing is coming from Marlon's
France.
From Marlon's Skype. Yeah, that was wild.
That was from me?
Yeah, there was like white noise just around us all.
From France.
I got it from my ear. My ear can tell you. It's like
a little green net.
Well,
That's bizarre.
How about this, Marlon? I think we're going to have to go just because of the technical difficulties.
No problem.
Great to talk to you.
Yeah, good talking to you. I'll talk to you again.
Okay.
See you later.
See you later.
All right, there he goes. Marlon Ettinger. You can find him on Twitter at Marlon Ettinger. He's on there, so good to have him. Yeah. Uncle, what do you think that sound was?
I don't know. It looked like a skyscraper.
Yeah.
Going on the air.
You know what's funny about that kind of stuff, Aaron, is that when you're on Skype and you're making a noise, you can't hear it. Because
yeah, we did.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is if, like right now, you guys were making a noise, you wouldn't hear it. If it's through the Skype, if it's a problem right there, Skype is a one-way conversation. So it's funny. It's like even if there was feedback or whatever else, you might not be hearing it, but I would. Like, you ever notice when somebody's got a speaker on, Aaron, and like you can hear your own voice kicking back at you? They don't hear that as an echo. In the other direction. It's weird. His something was happening where there was just this white noise craziness that just drowned everybody out. I was about ready to just cut him out of the conversation if it went on for another 2 seconds, but it recovered. So sorry about that, Marlon. We'll have to try again another time.
Yeah, wow. That's we never experienced anything like that.
That's something new.
Something new for the show.
Yeah, something has to be new on these spraying machines.
Hey, look, live radio, you never know what's going to happen,
Exactly, I'm saying. Yeah.
If anybody else wants to call in, please do so. We still have the lines open.
Lines open.
319-527-5016. Call and you'll be connected. We'll talk to you.
We'll talk.
Be good, wouldn't it, Uncle?
Yeah.
Right, but only for the next, say, 27 minutes or so. So that's all that's left of the show, just so you guys know, 27 minutes. And it does appear as though another caller is attempting to get on the regular call line. So you want me to get him in here?
Go ahead.
Bring him on in.
I'm still waiting on 2.
Hang on a second.
So this will be call number 2.
2 for me.
Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Greetings all again. This is Robin from Victoria.
Robin boy, you're back.
He's
greetings,
back.
Greetings, one of my favorite uncles. You could be my third favorite uncle.
Dude, hey, I don't think they're number 1. Yeah, what's going on here?
Well, I've got a couple that I'm a little closer to, and some of them they've bought me lunch before. You haven't bought me any lunch quite yet, so.
Oh.
Too bad you're not Olive Garden still, Uncle. You can give him all the breadsticks he wants.
Yeah, you can eat all you want.
You could have sent me like a gift card.
If I would have known that, I would have gave him 15 cents. Give my 15 cents deposit, and the 15 cents you get off my 15 cents percentage.
It's pretty good
because that's what they give.
Right.
Yeah, they give you.
Funny enough, I don't think there's Olive Garden maybe in Canada at all. At least in Victoria.
Really?
That's right.
We don't have Olive Garden as far as I know.
That's surprising.
How un-American and un-Italian all at the same time.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Listen,
Romeo's here.
I respectfully reject the idea that Olive Garden is Italian. As somebody,
Italian.
No,
Chucky.
I refuse.
It's faux-Italian.
Very good, faux-Italian. Thank you.
It's got that kind of bread people love.
They've got their own Italian dressing they put on the salad. For God's sake.
Yeah. Well, this family you won't be able to pass for inspection. I'd be passing for inspection right away, walking in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
how often
believe it.
Going out?
Uncle Robin's a podcaster now.
Well, he always has been.
Right? Yeah, I've joined you guys. In your endeavors as podcasters.
He has his own show.
So far, it's been interesting.
Oh, you have your own show now.
Maybe you and Aaron can sit down for a little half an hour and watch segments or something.
Yeah, we'll have to do that for sure.
We'll have to do that. I don't have any on my phone. Got to go to his phone, unless you have it.
Right. Well, Uncle, if you could subscribe if you like. Subscribe around. Maybe I'll get our YouTube page to subscribe to you, and you can do the same for us. Is that fair?
Yeah. I knew that. Oh.
Pro bono, or what do they call that? What's the one that they're trying to catch Trump on?
That was
quid pro quo.
There you go. Thank you.
We've had one. We've actually talking to a guy. Was it a couple of weeks ago? So I kicked.
Talking to
that guy that trumped them up.
Oh, he got trumped up. Yeah, you're talking about Juggalos Against Trump.
Juggalo. We were talking about him. We were talking to him.
Yeah, Murder Club.
on my, what was it, this 69th episode.
Yeah.
Why is the 69th episode?
Well, you're looking for a bit of a quid pro quo with Knife Shop, right?
Oh, yeah. Knife Shop.
Always looking for that.
Yeah, well, we haven't actually got a contact with them lately.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
It's been too long.
You got to get down there maybe and show your face because it's been a while, Uncle.
It has been.
I'll walk into them places and we'll go down and start talking. Mm-hmm. But he's been so busy and I can't get a contact. Sometimes you got to be proactive and show up just every day. Show up. Boom, boom. Well,
maybe one day just bring your equipment in, start setting up.
The problem is if I can get the head man to talk.
I know we every time we go in, it's somebody else. It's like
I can't get to the head guy because if the head guy will permit to go ahead and do it, you gotta ask the head.
Yeah,
he's the head of the job.
Hard to do that.
Right? And is it like a hydra? You cut one head off and then two grow back.
Yeah, well, yeah, something like that.
It's like really hard to get to the last head.
Right.
Can't get in there to the inner sanctum. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, any
cult.
good.
I think it might be. You guys might have uncovered a cult there. I think.
Yeah.
It's like one of those vegetarian restaurants where they have like I'm a volunteer.
Oh yeah.
You find out they're just being like bussed in from some weird ranch in fucking Palo Alto or whoever knows where.
Gabriel of your ranch is sending them in. Yes.
Yeah. Might be like a knife cult where they got these slaves just working on knives.
I wonder if cults operate
and then they
store.
send in the odd one to work at the store, so that's why you're seeing a different person every time. They like to compartmentalize, and they don't want to keep a person in a position for too long. They learn too much, right?
Now, you're giving us something to think about here.
That is very good because I was thinking it's the same way. Because if can't now. Because if we can't now talk to the right guy, how long has it been, Sidekick? Since we're trying to get to him? We haven't even got Ewing.
Maybe a year now. Might have been a year at this point. When I say that, it's probably actually been 3 years.
3 years trying to set up the thing.
Aaron, have you gotten as serious though as when you went and visited the liaison offices? Like, have you found an address? Showing up at his house.
We haven't
anything like that.
We've been to the sword shop. We've been a few times, even Uncle and I together. But as we're saying,
you know his name.
We did for a second, and then I forget at this point. I think I might have it written down, but I'd have to check my notes because I don't have it committed to memory.
You mean we gotta go into the store and ask his name again?
We probably do.
You might have to get that again. Yeah.
We don't go to the mall enough. I mean, what can I say?
Well, the only way to grab the guy is make sure he's working.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only other way I can see us to get organized to the head guy.
Maybe you got to call in and ask the next day that the owner's working. You got to call and ask, and then just show up that day.
Yeah, that would be.
You could be like, I'm a distributor of fine blades. And I'm looking to unload a high quantity of discount Damascus.
Yeah,
that might. Then you kind of pull them in with some trickery.
That might be what I have to do. I mean, something to do that.
We got to be unorthodox.
We've gotten to the second command, but never to the top command. We've heard of him.
Right.
Where was the big guy? Where's the boss man? Not here today. Not here today. Not here today.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We're trying to move business, and how can we not?
Yeah, I don't go to the mall often myself, so I don't. It's a hard place to bring oneself to get to.
Right.
Especially these
Unless
days.
you're yeah.
The online shopping. I mean, you can online shop your swords if you want. So there's a lot of competition there. So
yeah, malls have had to really consolidate over the years to what really works because of that. I think for sure.
Yeah, it's odd actually. It's funny because a lot of bigger stores haven't been able to keep up, but some of these smaller, really weird niche-y places like the sword shops actually have found an opening where it seems like they've got something that at least works, where they can stay in business, and the rent goes down so they can get in there, and they're able to get enough business coming in that they can keep going. So it's a really weird situation in the malls these days. I think it was very well portrayed in the film Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie. Yeah. Did you ever see? Tim and Eric, Robin? You ever watch them?
Yeah. I believe they made one of my. I think it's them that made one of my favorite movies, Dance Floor Dale.
Dance Floor Dale.
It's a short music video of a black man and a black woman having relations. But it's done in like a cartoonish way.
Interesting.
It's good to check out. It's good to check out. But anyway, yeah, I do know them. I haven't seen that complete movie all the way through. I remember it being quite bizarre.
It's weird. Yeah, it takes place mainly in this mall in this fictional place called Swallow Valley, and the $1 billion thing is that the guy who owns the mall, played by Will Ferrell, is selling it for $1 billion. There's this commercial on TV saying, like, do you want to make $1 billion? Or no. His commercial says you can make $1 billion if you buy his mall. So he's selling his mall as this, like, get-rich-quick scheme. You buy the old crappy mall. Yeah. And there's actually a sword shop in that movie, which is interesting. There's a sword shop.
Of course.
So there you go. So yeah, it's
it's one of the ones that I never made it all the way through. I think it was like I was just not in the right mood when I put it on and haven't revisited it or something.
Yeah, you gotta be in the right mood for that one. That's for sure. It's pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
Actually, Tim has a pretty good.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just to say, Tim of Tim and Eric has a pretty good podcast called Office Hours. That's a pretty funny one. It's a pretty unique show. For podcast listeners, check that out. Like, they play a lot of weird sound effects, and that's like part of the bit is the weird sounds they constantly play.
Like soundboard action.
I'm going to ask you a question about a new other subject.
Yes, what's that?
We're talking nice.
Switch it up.
We want to say how is in June the big show is coming. Top Gun number 2.
Oh, Top Gun.
No. Top Gun number 2.
Oh, Top Gun. Yeah.
You hear about that?
Are you? Sure. I've been aware that this is coming down the pipeline.
It's coming down in June.
Is it having the? Do we have the main man on there, Tom? Is he going to be in that one?
Oh yeah.
He's on. He's in there. But
he's in the trailers. You haven't seen the trailers?
Did you see the trailer signs?
I haven't been keeping up. I haven't been keeping up on the Top Gun.
The tomfoolery.
The Tom trailer. The Tom trailer that was sitting. It was sitting there. And that was what was going on. But we haven't seen anything yet. But I went to the movies once, and I saw the review.
They're playing it in the theater.
You've been seeing him in the theater, maybe. Gotcha.
Yes.
I haven't been to a theater for a while, so I haven't been getting the trailers.
Come. Go. Well, let's say.
I wonder how much they're going to be promoting the F-35 in there.
Yeah,
and making it be like the next big thing. Like, look at the F-35 perform in all these great ways in this scenarios, and
we're going to have a review on that new one.
I'm predicting it might be a commercial for the F-35 as well as a recruitment, like a 50-50 recruitment.
That's a pretty good prediction there. I like that prediction, Robin. I hadn't thought of that, but that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Like so.
I could definitely see that.
We're going to have a load of people.
I wonder where, I don't know, I'm sure Tom will find out at some point or another, but what kind of backing this film has in terms of militarily.
Well, I would think the Navy's fully on board again with it, like the first one was. You know?
Right.
It has something to do with it.
I would assume so.
Yeah, because it was a Navy. Were they on aircraft carriers? Is that something that was going on?
Yes.
The first one?
Yeah, they were, because they had to take the planes on them. Planes were on them.
A lot of it was over water on the aircraft carriers. A lot of the film was.
Right,
so it'd be
the sexy shots of the planes in the open ocean.
Yes.
Dog fights.
Yeah, dog fights. I have to say, I always found that movie incredibly boring. When I was a kid.
Yeah, I've never been a fan.
Yeah, I thought it was boring from the first time I watched it. I'm like, I can barely tolerate this. But, I don't know. A lot of people like it.
To each their own, I suppose. Yeah.
Apparently.
Maybe they're all hypnotized by Mr. Cruise.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot more flyovers.
Oh, yeah.
But there's not going to be him flying them.
Tom Cruise?
Okay.
Tom Cruise.
Maverick.
Maverick, I'm thinking of.
Somebody else is going to do a flyover on him this time. They're going to switch it up on him.
So he's going to end up saying, get the cup of coffee. The time he was on the cup of coffee, the guy spilled his coffee all the time. Every 5 minutes, go on board, there goes the coffee.
Every 5 minutes,
that's fine. Fly off. And he said, so I know something about this? I didn't even know nothing.
He's going to be the angry old man this time.
Yeah, he's going to see how it feels. He's going to see how it feels. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Huh. I can't say I've been anticipating this the release, but now you've got me hyped up here, Uncle. I'm ready. Maybe I'll put on my my amateur wings pin from when I was a kid and get ready to rock and roll.
What we'll have to do is go to the movie, so when it comes on, then we can review it on the next.
Right, that'd be good.
That sidekick.
We are going to be reviewing the movie. Don't worry about it. We will for sure. For sure.
So if those are my two predictions. Do you guys have any predictions?
That's a great prediction.
For the show? Really. And then we when we watch the movie, we can see who got anything right. Do you have any specific predictions about the movie?
I have a prediction about the lady.
Okay.
What this lady one going to look like, not the pair to the one that was there in the first.
You're talking about the love interest, right?
Yeah, that stuff. Because I haven't. God was asking me about something.
Yeah. What's that lady going to look like?
Yeah, that's the question I asked myself.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Guy?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
What? Well, with those people now.
Oh, man.
Come on now.
There's
not being pillars of the show.
Wait a minute.
No, what do you mean, wait a minute?
I just got a new prediction.
Oh, no, another one. He just thought of.
No, this is wild and out there, but it's inspired by what we're talking about. It's a different world today, okay, everybody? People are more tolerant and accepting. It's a better world, all right?
You think it's going to be a man?
It's different from 1986. Cultural mores and folkways are different nowadays. So I say, yes, the love interest will be a man.
You got to be kidding me.
No. I said
maybe like a conflict. Maybe like a bit of a conflict. Like the main guy is like married, but then he realizes that he really loves his flight partner.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And he's got to let her know. He's got to let her down. Be like.
Yeah.
No.
How's that for a prediction, Uncle?
Oh no, that would be.
There we go.
Holy moly! Okay, cool. I can't see a song out of it. I can tell you that.
You can't.
No, not if it's what he's saying.
Berlin is back.
Berlin would be back.
Berlin is back.
She'll be back playing another episode of a song.
They got a whole new love song for you for the 21st.
I'm really out of the movie loop. Are there any other movie blockbusters that you're excited for this year, Uncle, that I should be keeping my eye out for?
Not unless the guys they tell us and we go with that. But some of them, they only get it.
Well, let me ask you about the Parasite. Have you that one? The awards. Have you guys seen that? I haven't watched it myself, but I
did. Did you? Oh, did you watch that Korean movie with us, Uncle, with the subtitles, or did you leave? I can't remember. Remember that one night where we told you like we're gonna watch a movie with subtitles? Are you in or you out? I feel like you left.
I might have missed it.
I know I saw it.
Okay.
I
had Netflix.
We saw it on through the TV. We ordered it through wherever in the world it is, and we watched it. And
I did see one though about a kid that was
about a kid
like me.
No, that was a different movie.
That
I'm
was
trying to recall what that is. I can't.
I don't think I did.
Parasite. I have mixed feelings about it. I thought the sets and like the look of the movie was really cool, and like I was really intrigued by the architecture of like the main setting, which is this like really fancy private residence that they're in, which was very cool.
Yeah.
But beyond that, the characters were compelling too, but I didn't understand like. It lost me. Like the story lost me. I'm like, no, wait a minute, what's going on here? Like this, it seemed weird, and I didn't understand what the point was they're trying to make, and it just like it set things up good, but then it didn't. I felt like it didn't drive anything home. It's like, okay, now wait, what?
They fumbled in the end or something. Eh?
Yeah, like I feel it was just like kind of like a really generic sort of like commentary at best, and like I didn't understand like what we're getting out of like the. I don't know.
There is one I did listen to. I don't know if we talked about it. Remember the Joker? No, well, we did. We did that.
Yeah, I actually saw the Joker myself recently. That one, I thought that was quite a good one.
Yeah, that one. We talked about that one. Yeah.
Made me think of a lot of these incel types out there.
Yeah,
they call the involuntary celibate.
Yes, we love them.
Guys out there worried about. And actually, Tom had a great podcast on Tom Secker on Spy Culture about that Luca Magnotta story. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I haven't listened to this one. No. What's
yeah, you should check it out. This was this guy in Canada. There's actually a documentary now on Netflix or one of these streaming ones about the cat killer. You might have been hearing in the popular culture these days. It's kind of one of these. Anyway, I can't think of the name now. I'm sure people could find it but his name, Luca Magnotta. He was this Canadian kid who was basically a psychopath or something like that. And he was at first he had put this YouTube video of putting kittens in this vacuum bags and sealing them and killing them. And then
this is a real story?
Yeah, this is a real story. And then there's these kind of online sleuths that started like trying to find him in one of these forums, and then eventually he like was killing more cats and putting these videos up and was sort of putting out these little clues like he wanted to be found. And Tom does a really good job of breaking it down. I haven't watched the documentary myself, but it's quite. I remember hearing about it on the news. I want to say it was maybe in 2020, maybe 2015 or 2012 or something around there. But yeah, and then he eventually, spoiler alert, if anyone wants to avoid the spoiler, plug their ears now. He ended up killing a gay man because he was like trolling on these gay websites, and then found a guy and killed him.
Wow.
And then finally he did get caught, and I believe he's in prison now. I'm not sure.
That's a super creepy story. You guys got 5 minutes left, by the way, Aaron. I don't know if you can see my messages.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, I think
what
I think we'll say goodbye, Robin, if that's
Robin.
all right.
Yeah.
It's great to talk to you.
Well, Uncle, good to talk to you again. You guys were off for a couple weeks, so
because
I attempted to call one time, and then I got some type of a busy signal or something. I can't remember, but anyway.
That was because.
But good to have you guys back, and I'll call in again sometime soon next week if you're on, probably. And if people want to check out our podcasts, please you look on YouTube 1620 High Noon, and Uncle, maybe you'll check out one of these. I think you would probably, Uncle, enjoy the one about with the doctor.
Oh, that one with the doctor?
There's one with the doctor talking about cannabis medicine that might interest you. He's actually I'll have 30 more seconds here. He's actually consulting with the Peruvian government right now on their medical marijuana program and helping them decide what kind of framework they should have. So it's kind of he's kind of international in his scope. So it's a pretty good show. Anyways, thanks guys again, and we'll talk soon. Have a good weekend.
All right, take care there, Robin, Canada. 1620 High Noon Podcast shout out. There we go. How's that for a shout out? Uncle, do you have any shout outs?
Oh, the 2 shout out boys. I'm shouting you guys out. I forget their names. Well, I hope you listen tonight.
Shout out to you too,
guys
that we forget.
Yeah, and the regulars that we know.
All of you. Shout out to all of you.
Can't say the names. I'll go through the whole hour.
Hey,
pass through the hour if I go through it.
I gave the other shout out to Office Hours that Tim does with DJ Doug Pound and Vic Berger. It's a fun show. It's a good show. I'll also do a shout out to Robbie Martin, who does this show called it's some weird acronym about, he plays these vintage games and then he talks over them. He gives political MAME politics, MAME politics. He's got these YouTube videos where he plays these old like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and arcade games, and he talks about politics. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So shout out to Robbie Martin in that show. I watched a couple of them. I really enjoyed that. So I thought that was cool. Uncle, we're here at the tail end of the show. We still have some time. What else that you want to tell people here before the show's over?
Well, hopefully we'll have another live one next week, depending on Sidekick's schedule. It's all up to his schedules to see how we're going to continue this Friday night stuff.
Yeah. Well, whenever we can be here, we will be here. I promise that. Whenever we can, we will. Sometimes we can't. And when we can't, I'll always try to do a new episode of the podcast that premieres on Friday night. So if it's not a live show, it's a premiere of the new podcast episode that plays on Friday night in this time slot, 11 p.m. on Ocelli.com. You'll listen to the new show, and then we'll post that new show a few days later to the regular podcast feed. So that's what we're doing. So either live show or new show. Yeah. Friday night. Be here in the chat room at Ocelli.com.
In the chat room. And you hear us.
And Lucum, shout out to you. I did see the picture of Uncle as Conan the Barbarian. Uncle, take a quick look at it. And
what is this?
Do a quick little reaction here. What do you think of this picture, Uncle?
Whoa. That's a good one of me.
That's a good one.
Who made this?
Lucum.
I like that show. I like that picture.
He likes it.
Yeah, I like that picture. That looks like Conan.
Yeah.
Original comment.
Did you show him the one where he's in a flight guy's uniform or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Let me see that. Turn around.
You've seen that one before. That's the one that I made of you as Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah.
You've seen this before, right?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah,
that's an old Photoshop I did of you as Top Gun.
Yeah. I remember that.
That's a classic.
Yeah, I saw that one. See, these boys are these new guys that's going to listen to my show. They better start getting on this. Start looking at me, seeing me. And one thing, take a look at me up.
Yeah, there we go.
Good.
So, yes, this is Uncle the Podcast, UncleThePodcast.com. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram, at Uncle Podcast. Follow us. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts. That'd be nice. Guess that's about it.
That's about it.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Just talked out.
We're all talked out. Sorry, everybody. That's it.
That's it for tonight. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Get that music fixed, Chuck.